What's going on, everyone? My name's Kyle, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video about standard versus accelerated delivery for Facebook ads. So I'll be going over Facebook's standard budget pacing system that they usually use, the differences between standard and accelerated delivery for ads, and then how to properly set up ads using accelerated delivery. So first off, let me explain to you what the basic pacing is on Facebook ads. So usually when Facebook ads are set up, you'll be set up on a standard pacing system, which basically means that they want to spend your budget over the course of the campaign that you have allotted. So let's say for a day you have $10 set up for you to spend. They don't want to just use all of your spending in the first hour. They want it to be gradual and consistent throughout the day. So as you can see in this little pop-up, if you're spending too fast, they reduce the bid. And then if you're spending too slowly, the bid is increased. So that's a good way that they ensure that you're not spending too much per bid for your Facebook ads, so your cost per click will go down generally. Another example of how standard delivery works compared to accelerated delivery is shown in these two little graphs. So generally with standard delivery, it's spending over the course of the day or whatever, how long the campaign is set out to be, versus accelerated delivery is you'll have more delivery earlier on in the campaign or as quickly as Facebook can with your set budget guidelines, which generally will cost you more because they're pushing it out as at the highest bid that you're willing to pay, versus standard delivery where sometimes they will lower your bid to make the campaign last longer. So there's pros and cons to each. All you need to know right now is that accelerated delivery is a quicker delivery for your Facebook ads, and the standard is over the long term, but that you won't be spending quite as much per click with standard delivery versus accelerated delivery. So you may be wondering why anyone would use accelerated delivery if you're going to be spending more per click on ads. And there's a couple different situations where it makes total sense to use accelerated delivery, and it will actually help you reach your goals a lot quicker and better. So for those different types of situations, one of them is seasonal products. So for instance, if you have a Christmas product and it's December 15th, you need to be pushing out those ads as quickly as possible, because if you're spending money on the 28th of December, no one wants to buy your Christmas products because Christmas has passed. It was on the 25th. The same with 4th of July. Let's say you're selling 4th of July glasses or like a 4th of July beach ball or something like that. No one is going to be buying that type of product after the event has passed. So accelerated delivery for your Facebook ad would make sense because you want to get it out as quickly as possible to those consumers. Another example is Eclipse glasses. A lot of people were selling Eclipse glasses, and the problem was that you had to expend all of your inventory before the eclipse happened, because any inventory that you had after the eclipse is not going to be sold because no one wants those glasses anymore. It doesn't, like, no one would buy them. So an advanced delivery for your Facebook ad for those eclipse glasses would make total sense because you have to have that sold by a certain date. Another example is if you have an event that you're advertising for. So obviously you can't be advertising for an event after it's already happened because that doesn't help your objective. So you would want accelerated delivery for something like that. Product launches. So for if you're selling on Amazon and you just put out your product and you're not having the sales velocity that you want, if you have an accelerated delivery for your Facebook ads for that product, it'll push a ton of people to your page as soon as possible. That way you can get the ball rolling with sales, and then once you have those original or those sales that you're driving from Facebook, it will help push organic sales because of that sales velocity and how Amazon promotes products that are already selling well. But accelerated delivery of ads really can help with anything time sensitive. If you have a Shopify store and you're drop shipping, for example, and you realize that there, for example, let's say there's a hurricane coming in the Atlantic Ocean, and you know that, okay, Florida, Louisiana, all those southern states are going to get nailed by this hurricane, which you can take advantage of in the best sense, because you know, okay, well, there's a bunch of rain that's going to be happening. That region of the United States is going to need, for example, strong umbrellas because of the high winds and the rain. So if you were able to create a ad for those strong umbrellas and then drop ship them and get quick shipping to them. So let's say you can figure it out and have 2-day shipping, or even if you were an Amazon seller and happen to have strong umbrellas as one of your products, you would want accelerated delivery of those ads. Let's say you push out a ton of ads to that entire region over the course of 2 days, let's say, and you expend this huge budget that usually would have taken like a month to get through, but you do the accelerated delivery, and that way they see the ad and they're able to buy your product before that event or the hurricane happens, so that they're prepared for that natural disaster. But I mean, it could be anything really that's time sensitive. So now that you know what accelerated ad delivery is, I'm going to show you how to set it up in your campaigns and Ad Manager on Facebook. So this is a new campaign that I have set up. Obviously, you can choose whatever objective you're going for. I'll just choose traffic and then continue on. And then once you get into the ad set area, these are all just basic things like audience. So obviously you can set a specific audience. Let's say, for example, we're doing, that hurricane example where we're trying to drop ship these like super strong umbrellas. So I can go in here, and instead of the United States, I can click, okay, everyone in Florida, United States, right? Because I know that they're going to want that specific product. So let's say I choose Florida, 17 million people potential reach, not too bad. And let's say, I don't know, New Orleans seems, or Louisiana seems to get in the news a lot for getting destroyed by hurricanes as well. So we'll add that, and we'll add Georgia just for fun. And how about Mississippi? All right. So we kind of have like that southern belt right there. I'll just add Alabama just to make it clean. So that whole southern area, we know that they're going to be needing those strong umbrellas. Then we can come down, just leave the age, whatever you think. I'll just leave it 18 to 65 because everyone's going to be needing that. My ad's going to be in English, so that would make the most sense, just to make sure that they speak English. And then, honestly, for demographics, I mean, you could get into that, but for something like this, where everyone's going to be needing it, you don't really need to get too in depth on that. But I mean, if you wanted to brainstorm a little bit on that, you could. And then this is where you can figure out your budget and schedule, right? So accelerated delivery works in two different ways. The first way is if you have a daily budget, and then the second is if you have a lifetime budget. So for a daily budget, it will only accelerate it for that day, and then it resets every day. So for instance, if I have a daily budget of $20 and I put this ad out, it will try to spend the $20 as early in the day as possible. So let's say it'll get through that $20 by like 11 a.m. Then no ads will be shown, and then that whole thing will reset the next day to where you're spending all $20 in the beginning in the morning. So that's not usually what we would want. We want to do a lifetime budget, and let's say we have a lifetime budget of whatever, $300, and then we know that let's say for this example, because we're doing the hurricane, let's say the hurricane is coming, throughout this week right here. So I'll just choose, okay, well, I want to end my campaign on the 21st, and and because that's when the hurricane's already hit, no one's going to be wanting them after the fact that the hurricane's already come through, right? So then I have that set up, lifetime budget. So with the lifetime budget, that means that it will spend as much of that budget as it can for the time period. So instead of just spending all of it in the beginning of the day, it'll spend as much as it can throughout the entire campaign life. So let's say instead of taking, usually it would spend $350 evenly throughout the entire week. So whatever that comes out to be, like $70 or $60 a day. But with the accelerated ads, instead of doing that, it'll spend as much as possible for each day, which is what we want because we want to get it done as soon as possible to drive those sales for that product. So we have that set up right here, and then this is where we actually can click on delivery type. So we have it optimized for link clicks. We could also set a bid cap if we wanted to. So if we knew that our conversion rate was like per link, let's say we get like 50% of the people that click through because everyone's like freaking out and needs the umbrella. We can make sure we're still getting a profit and not having like too high of link clicks and something ridiculous. Usually it's not too bad, but I mean, just to cover yourself, you could always just leave it at like $2 per link click, just in case, as a cap. It won't actually get to that usually, but that can just save you in that regard. Get charged per click, and then you can go here to delivery type. It's always set on standard, and you can come and click on accelerated. And so now that I have accelerated, it's pretty much all set up. The next step would be to go into the specific ad and write a quick paragraph about the incoming storm and how you need to be prepared and whatever else will get people to click on the link and eventually go buy that product. So this is how you set up the accelerated delivery type for your Facebook ad. I think it's really valuable in a lot of different situations. The only time that you wouldn't necessarily want accelerated delivery type is if you're doing an ad campaign for a product that it's not time sensitive what you're doing. So maybe after your initial launch and you have the accelerated type, you have the ball rolling and you're getting those consistent sales, you should change it at that point over back to standard. That way you're spending less per click and Facebook can optimize those clicks for you and save you money in the long run. But it definitely makes sense in the beginning to start off accelerated, get that momentum, and then go from there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that helps you guys out a lot with understanding what accelerated versus standard delivery types are with Facebook ads, and that you can utilize that with your own Facebook advertising for your own business. Thanks.